Look, technically we should be wrapping up soon, but fiddlesticks to that, I say. Because I was just sitting here, we were having sort of a chat earlier in the day about there's a new season of The Bachelor that's going to start on Channel 10 soon, and this year we get The Bachelorette as well on TV.
How does The Bachelorette work? Is it just the same but reverse genders?
Switchies, yeah.
Yep.
So it's a girl, and then she gets to choose, she has 25 hunks, whittles it down, rose ceremony.
But the hunks is bitchy?
Mate, I mean, you don't... I know that you would think not, and I'm fascinated to watch the Australian version. But look...
have we ever had an Australian version?
No, this would be the first Bachelor.
Okay, right.
But as you well know, I am... I gave up formal studying at university, but I've since taken up formally studying The Bachelor, not just in Australia, but America as well. Now, I do have to... I've purchased a membership or purchased an online account for...
Just to watch The Bachelor at the American one?
Yeah. There's a bit of... I mean...
Oh, God.
I'm not downloading it, but you have to do a bit of like weaseling to pretend you're living in America online to then buy like access to all the back episodes and stuff to watch The Bachelorette.
Why is this so important?
We love it. My wife and I are addicted. Caitlin, she's probably been the greatest Bachelorette ever. And I just wanted to let you know in case, I didn't know if you were following it or not. Didn't know
certainly
if
not.
You had watched one ep or two or whatever. It's down to Nick and Sean.
Okay.
And they hate each other, boy.
So there's two hunks.
There's two blokes left.
And who's the girl?
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
She's been the most sensational Bachelorette of all time.
How can you be more
Well, I think
sensational?
there's been about 10 Bachelorettes.
But it just seems the same thing happens every time. Why do you watch this every time? Lots of hunks or lots of girls go on the flesh. They have a little bit of a bitchiness about each other. There'll be some tears.
Look, mate.
They never stay together. They never stay together.
You don't understand the game the way I do. Okay? Yeah. Caitlin, normally... you wouldn't go to the fantasy suite until there's about 3 left. That's when they have a little, like an overnight stay with each other, and there's no cameras allowed. Caitlin got a little excited with Nick when there's still about 8 guys left, and they did a bit of a sleepover.
So she went to the fantasy suite.
Well, I mean, they just had some fun.
Yep.
And she had a dark secret that she was holding on to.
Right. So
Sean basically
perhaps become more intimate with Nick earlier on.
But that's sort of blown it for him because there's no mystery about him now.
Yeah, okay.
And then Sean's sort of an angry Ryan Gosling, and they just hate each other, and it's really coming down to a climax. But here's the thing. I know you're fascinated about how The Bachelorette works. I was watching this episode in America last night. Here's the difference between The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. So you know they have to do activities when they go on dates because just watching people at dinner on a normal date doesn't make for good TV. So same as in The Bachelor, they turn up and something's been organised. Like, oh, we're on a farm, we're feeding the cows. Yes. Now we're driving tractors.
Which no one would ever do for a date, and they're so heavily organised. But the person, the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, has to pretend that they've organised the whole thing.
Please enjoy this thing I've organised for you. So Caitlin takes Sean out on a date. This is the finale, and goes, "We're going to play golf." Okay, fine. So they play golf.
Great.
You would have loved this.
Yeah.
Then she goes, "Let's play truth or dare." So he goes, "Okay."
Was she good at golf?
Look, fine.
Okay, sorry.
Good.
I'm getting
better than me, so pretty good. Then she goes, "Truth or dare?" He says, "Dare," and she says, "Okay, you have to do a nudie run from like one green to the other." And, of course, they're all personal trainers, all the guys. So he's like, oh, no. And by the time he said no 3 times, he's nude. He's so excited to get his kid off. Then he does a nudie run, right? And then she steals his clothes and runs off with his clothes. So he's running around the golf course naked. And that is the bit that I suppose is different in The Bachelorette than The Bachelor. If you had Blake from last season going... you got to do a nudie run.
Yeah.
And they're going, oh, okay. And then her doing a nudie run and going, and now I've stolen your clothes. It's the kind of thing that only works if The Bachelorette does it, because it's a bit cheeky.
Yes.
Not if, like, Blake or whoever the next guy is, I think is his name Sam? Have we got a Sam coming up? I don't think we're going to see Sam nicking any of the girls on The Bachelor clothes, but... The Bachelorette, from what I've heard in such honesty, it's going to be it's working. The guys get angry because she's the only.
What's happened to this nude guy on the golf course?
Oh, eventually, then they went out.
A hole in one.
They went out for dinner later. He just decided, he was like, well, I'll just keep playing, I guess. But there's only the reason it works. The reason The Bachelorette works is they only see one girl. So they're locked away for 6 weeks. So it's just like a mental thing where they go crazy. And they all...
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's going to work. It's going to work in Australia. I know it doesn't seem... I know you would think that the guys would be like, oh, well, I'll just go out this weekend and meet someone else.
No,
doesn't work like that. When someone steals your clothes, it's true love.
That's all we've got time for this afternoon on the show. Thank you for being with us. The drum competition, if you didn't hear about this, Hamish was up against two other people, one guy from sales, another professional drummer. The competition, we won't reveal the results because the video is going to be up in around about half an hour, 45 minutes time.
I mean, we won't reveal the results, but it was a good competition between me and the professional, wasn't
yes,
it?
It's going to be up a little later on at hamishdanny.com. The podcast is there as well, and we'll catch you tomorrow, everyone.
Have a good night. Ando, you'd be aware from last year in particular of my enjoyment of the hit TV show The Bachelor.
Yes. Which was, and look, to be honest, was handy for me because you would come and give me an update.
Well, I mean,
which meant I didn't have to watch it.
Deep in my heart, I do believe you would have made an excellent Bachelor. You foolishly chose to fall in love outside of the show. I can only question that love because it wasn't done through a TV show.
Hasn't been properly tested, has it?
Well, you didn't go rock climbing to see if she was the one and how she handled herself in high-pressure situations.
No, she
You
hasn't.
didn't go ice skating.
Becca's never worn a safety harness around me, so that's just awful.
You didn't go on a hot air balloon together. You didn't do... I mean, you did do hometown visits, but you didn't film it, so I don't really know if you did hometown visits. It just seemed like a weird way to get together with someone when you did it with Beck. But you're a unique guy, and you chose to do it off camera, much to the disappointment of me, your best friend, because I was not able to put you forth as this year's Bachelor. And that is a huge missed opportunity. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to be watching Ando, because you know I love The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Yeah. Not just the Australian versions, also the US versions. Yeah. It's not a thing I can freely admit to other guys. I always watch it with my wife. We enjoy seeing the ups and downs, the highs and lows of the girls and the guys as they try and navigate their way.
And see what you're counting down to this. When does it start?
Next Wednesday night, Australian Bachelor.
Same night as the test.
As the cricket, yeah. I mean, we'll just, we'll watch it a little bit and then get home for the test.
Okay.
I mean, the test goes for 5 days, and the Bachelor only goes for 20 weeks.
Yeah, okay.
And you've got to be there for night one. Here's the thing. I reckon, I don't think, I was having a little bit of a thing, and I thought, you know what? Let's have a launch night.
But I don't want to go.
But I think if I was to put on an event, right? You know how sometimes like at Comic-Con they do like big themed, you go and watch a movie and you dress up. You don't have to dress up as the Bachelor. No one actually wants to be the Bachelor. I mean, yes, they do. And you should go for it one year if you happen to be available. A themed night where it's like a boys' Bachelor night. We go to the pub, have some burgers.
Are people like you.
This is the thing.
And I've
had to hide my secret, and I'm coming out, and I'm proud as a Bachelor watcher, as a bloke that watches it. And I know a lot of guys, it would be with your partner. And I know I do have some guy friends who they watch it with their girlfriend or whatever, but then we're able to have a good chat about The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Marco, talking to you, man, if you're listening.
It's Marco.
Marco is Daniella's husband.
Do you keep these guys quite separate to me, do you? I've never...
We just don't invite you over because you wouldn't know what we're talking about. Here's the thing. Come, be part of the group, Ando.
I don't want...
I want to launch. I want to have... And I'll open it up to people that are listening. If I'm sure we could get it organised.
If you can have one
13,
person,
10, 60.
If there's one person,
would you be interested in my Bachelor beers burgers night? Boys' night, my Bachelor boys' night.
It has to be a bloke.
Yeah. That's the Bachelor boys' night.
And you think there are other people out there that are just
there are other dudes that would come to watch The Bachelor if we had a big screening, and I'll promise surprises, surprise guests,
surprise guests.
Yeah. I'll have a surprise guest.
Who you think?
I'll get someone. But
we got Daniel earlier on.
Get Blake. No, a bigger. I probably can't get Blake. Yeah. But if you're a real Bachelor fan, right? First episode. I'm pretty sure it's next Wednesday night.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, next Wednesday night. We'll get a pub, we get a room at a pub, and we do a Bachelor boys' night. All right, call up 131060 if you would be the kind of guy that'd be interested in this. If I'm sensing interest,
if you're getting a vibe that people want to do this,
and we can have the cricket on.
I'll come.
We can have the cricket on picture in picture, so we don't miss a score. Don't miss it. We can't miss the first impression rose because we're trying to watch the first wicket. We're gonna have both.
What side? Which one's the smaller picture, the cricket or the Bachelor?
I'm sorry, mate, but it's the Bachelor premiere. Okay. I mean, it goes for an hour or whatever.
Sure.
And we don't want to miss the first impression rose.
Sure. Save Daddy.
I mean, can't just all be cricket. There's got to be some Bachelor.
Certainly didn't expect this amount of interest, Ham. So,
welcome to the club, my friend.
I'll concede.
Look, Guys that watch The Bachelor, we're out there, and we're not going to stay quiet anymore, Andy. It's 2016 almost.
Yes.
And it's about time we stood up and we just said, guess what, mate?
It's a while away.
Yeah, if you round up. A lot of the time we watch it with our girlfriends, or in my case, my wife and I are addicted not just to the Australian Bachelor, the American one as well. It's great fun. It's great fun watching. What are these girls going to do? How far will they go? Will the guys find true love on this show?
And you said to me that there are other guys out there that want this.
Look,
and
it's a fascinating study of human behaviour.
If you found any interest whatsoever,
Mikey,
you can have your party that you want to do to launch it next week.
Mike, you watch The Bachelor, mate?
I watch The Bachelor.
Yeah,
I do.
Do you? Who do you watch it with?
I watch it with my mum.
Yeah. Not a bad one to watch with mum if you have to have a TV show to watch together.
Michael, do you have a girlfriend?
I do have a girlfriend.
You do have a girlfriend?
She's not invited to The
she's not
Bachelor
watching
night?
it?
No, I haven't even told her, to be honest.
So she doesn't know that you sneak over your mum's place and watch Batchy?
Nah, she doesn't. On the way home from work, I'll just stop in.
Yep.
Mum will be watching it. When it's on, boom, she makes me dinner, watch The Bachelor with mum. I'm not even kidding.
No. Why would you?
Genuine.
Look, Mike, you're exactly the kind of guy. Like, I want to do this burgers, beers, Bachelor night. A little bit like a kind of a themed, I guess, for like at the end of the year when Star Wars comes out, there's going to be a lot of like these big kind of like events.
Yep.
This is my one. I just want to run like a Blokes Bachelor night. Andy's going to come as my +1.
Bryce.
I've just realised it does launch on a Wednesday night. Traditionally, that's date night with my wife. I'll pass that through when I get home tonight.
Bryce, are you a fellow that loves The Bachelor?
I am indeed.
It's good, isn't it, mate? It's a fascinating study of human behaviour.
Now, Bryce, what kind of work are you in?
I'm working in a sheet metal fabrication warehouse.
Are there many blokes in the warehouse when you come in on a Thursday morning and you go, hey, can you believe Lorena didn't get a rose last night? Are there any guys that join the convo?
Oh, mate, no, not at all. My nickname in the warehouse is Bubbles.
Yep.
Because it's Bryce,
Yep.
Bryce Bubbles. But that's come out to the whole work site and everything like that. So I just cop it. And
So Bryce, do the others know that you watch The Bachelor?
oh no, not at all.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's the thing.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for coming on the
coming
show.
out.
That's very brave.
Right, it is. It's nice. And Josh, you want to come out on the show that you love The Bachelor as well?
Hey, guys. Yeah, I absolutely love it.
Mate, it's a fascinating study of human behaviour, isn't it, Josh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to. None of my mates know. I watch it with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But, I don't really... I don't come out and tell my mates that I would watch it.
No.
But,
This is the whole point of my Blokes, Burgers, Beers, Bachelor, bloody Bonanza at the pub. Josh, kind of thing you'd come along to?
Oh, definitely. That'd be awesome. I don't think any other fellas would like it.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be nice. I mean, I've never done this, but wouldn't it be nice to just watch in a room full of guys with some beers and some burgers and just cheering, watching? I mean, the first episode, Ando, it's where all the girls turn up in the limo and they do the stupid thing to try and impress him.
All right.
And you know they've been forced to by the producers, but that's why it's such a great show, because you're like, how far will they go?
So what?
That's
they
what.
get out and juggle or something?
Remember Anita? I played you the song last year. Anita,
That's right.
Anita sung the song, and everyone's just like, "Wow, that is just," and that's just such an airball.
Feels
But good
like
on
we're
you
doing-
for having a go.
Well, it feels like we're doing this.
Oh, great. So you approve. Now I've made some promises. Here's what we'll do.
For one night only.
I'll take care of the logistics side of this.
No, you won't.
Well, Hamish, we'll get a sponsor. But we'll get it up at hamishandandy.com.
Yeah.
I'll make sure there's a form there. People can register.
Yeah.
It will be like we'll throw some Delaros at this, mate.
Just
like the beers will
someone
be
else's Delara.
Yeah. But Delaros will be thrown, and then we'll make it for the premiere. Got to make it for the premiere night. We'll make it a +1. You're my date. You've got to sit through it. I reckon by the Thursday afterwards, you'll be like, all right, I found it interesting from a televisual perspective.
Yeah, look, I'm open. I'm going to go open. I couldn't believe how many people.
You are the Bachelor. God, I'm open to it. Honestly, it's not.
Okay,
I would
sure.
like to open my heart to the possibility of watching The Bachelor. All right, let's do a Bachelor party, Ando.
Yep.
What day is it today? Wednesday. So 1 week is Wednesday today. Yep. Okay, yes.
Show with the best research.
No, people come to us for the breaking news. Breaking news, still Wednesday. 1 week from today. Wow, we were on holidays for 7 months. You lose track of time.
Yeah.
No, we're back and we're focused. Next Wednesday night, it's the premiere of The Bachelor.
Yep.
Yesterday on the show,
7:30. It's on
7:30, Channel 10. They have got behind it too. The next big love story in Australia begins.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's really the most exciting
Thanks
episode
for that.
because the Bachelor stands in the driveway. All the girls come up in the limo, and they've clearly all been forced to come up with a way to get his attention.
Yep.
Now-
They busk essentially.
Essentially, it kind of is busking.
Yeah.
Some go for cardboard signs. Some just go for, I need someone to sleep tonight. And he goes, oh, well, I have a mansion. So that works out perfectly. In Australia, we're just getting into The Bachelor as a show. And as you know, I've watched the American version
Yeah, you're into it.
for a while. And they're in season, 25. So
And then-
now in America, when they turn up now, it's basically like it's like a Thanksgiving parade.
Yeah.
Like they come with so much razzle dazzle. Like in Australia, they might sort of turn up and go, "Oh, I made you, I carved a cockatoo out of a stick, bit of bark."
Okay.
I'm like, oh, it's interesting. No, but in America, they really like a guy turned up in a car for the Bachelorette in the last season. It was like a convertible that was full of water, and it's a jacuzzi car.
Wow.
So they really go to a lot of effort.
Yep.
In the American version. So
This happens at the first episode.
this is the first impression. So the guy will be standing at the front, and the girls will come up and they'll do their busking.
and
And that's sort of half the episode on the first episode.
and I've never seen it.
And I want you to
I know
get
you
that's
want
why
me-
you're my +1 to the party.
And thank you. And
No worries, bring a plate.
I was surprised with how many people that called yesterday. Blokes.
So many guys. Listen to this. Here's a guy called Dave. He's coming along to the party. Got in touch with him earlier today. And he's flying in.
Yep.
Because now that we've got a bit of Channel 10 behind us now, so we can fly. This is now a national party. He goes, I'd love to try and bro out with The Bachelor because he's never got a chance to do it. Just have a few pints, have a burger, talk batch. He said because he's the only one of his mates that watches it. And the next day when everyone's talking about football, he tries to bring up Bachelor stuff at work.
with his mates.
And it doesn't go down. So this is all these
nor
guys.
should it.
Guys have tried so hard to find kindred spirits, and it's not at the point where you would statistically have another mate in your group that likes The Bachelor, but we are out there, Endo.
Yeah, exactly.
Blokes that like The Bachelor.
It's similar to, I think it's probably the same ratio of people that like magic. Like, you're not going to bring up
It is magic.
You're
It's
not gonna
magic
bring-
that out of those 25 girls, they can find true love.
Well, true, but it's like you can't. If you love magic, you can't go to your mates every day and go, "Hey, can we talk about magic tricks anymore?" But there's a lot of people out there that like magic.
Can we talk about magic? No, we keep telling you weren't allowed to talk about it. And I've also been banging on a bit for the last 24 hours about a surprise guest and surprises throughout the night. I have the call in for 3
Where's the party? First
at a pub.
Okay.
I'm still locking down the location, but it'll be a pub, big screen. I know you want it
Do
to
we
sort
want to
of.
call it a party?
Yes, mate, it's a party.
Okay.
It's got a TV and some beers. That's a party.
Doesn't sound like a party. It seems like it's catch up, you know?
It's a screening.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, because that
like,
hints at exclusiveness.
if you
We're
ask-
watching it off TV,
if
so there
you
will
ask-
be ads.
The after guys to come around to watch footy.
Footy
you know?
party. Grand final party. Exactly the same thing,
Okay,
right?
okay, yeah, sure.
Think of it as a grand final party. Now, this is what I'm getting at. I want it to also be enjoyable for you. So I've got calls out to 3 former, so not current, former both cricket and AFL players to come as a surprise guest. So you will enjoy the night.
Who are they?
It's Hamish's year of 1,000 pranks.
It's not a prank if you.
Why would you ask who are they if you didn't believe they were coming?
Because it's part of conversation. If you, for instance,
All right, no more pranks today, but I reckon I've got 3 solid ones away today.
I'm going to ban you from pranks.
You can't, unless that's a prank.
It was actually, it was, and I just didn't have a sound effect.
Well, it's
for
not
it.
Andy's year of 1,000 pranks.
It could be Andy's year of 1, and that could be it.
Well, it wasn't a great one.
It's about the same level.
Mine have been up there.
I don't know.
I
don't
will
know.
get a surprise guest, not as a joke. And my first
You
guest,
had none today, by the way.
my first guest fell through because it was going to be my wife.
Yeah.
So last night I said,
But
does
you can't do that. It's
well,
a blokes party.
Well, Wednesday night.
You have said blokes only.
Yeah.
It's a blokes
Mate,
only.
put yourself in my
barbecue.
position. We always watch The Bachelor together. It's the bloody premiere, and it's date night. Wednesday night for us is always our date night. So I said to her last night, hey, this thing sort of came up on the radio. It happened very fast. I know it's date night. I can get you along, but you'll have to wear a beard.
No.
Right? And those exact words to me were, and I think I can read this verbatim, You ass clown. I'm not coming to your party and wearing a beard. I'm staying home to watch The Bachelor by myself. So I'm putting myself out there, Ando, and I've been called an A-clown by my wife.
Amazing. Well, we'll take this up tomorrow.
I thought it'd go down better than it did. She said, no, I'm in the beauty industry. I don't go to parties with fake beards on.
Fair enough as well.
It is fair enough.
It's the ass clown and Andy driving you home.
A-clown and A-man. And Ando, we're rebuilding bridges between our friendship after I've just been raining down pranks upon you like an angry god, smiting you with plagues and pranks over the last few days.
Well, I mean, there hasn't really been pranks. It's more of
Plague upon plague.
It's more of just you will say something that is very believable, like,
hey, you fall for it.
I didn't park at work today. Like, oh, really? Why is that? And then
Boing.
you'll play a sound effect. Go, I did park at work today
Because I'm trying to get 1,000 in the year,
So
and I can't be doing quality all the time, and I never promised you quality. I promised you quantity.
But that makes things difficult for me when you start any conversation with me like, hey, Andy, have you seen this? And I'll go, no, I haven't. I hear it's great. And you then go, they don't exist or something.
And that's a great prank. And I know you go home at night and you just say to Beck, God, he's the best. He's getting me all day with these pranks. And look, the reason I bring it up is I do want to talk about my bachelor party that I'm having. Came out recently on the show and just said, look, I'm a guy that does love The Bachelor. And I know other blokes love it. It's a bit of a dirty secret. I've watched the Australian versions, the US version, The Bachelorette, even the spin-offs, Bachelor in Paradise. Can't get enough of it. And I'm out and I'm proud and I love it. And I want to have a boys' night. I want to have a bachelor boys' night. Beers, burgers, bachelors.
Yep. And then the other day, I mean, I was
So you don't have to be a
surprised
bachelor to come. In fact, most of the guys applying are married and have girlfriends because that's who you watch it with.
And I was surprised at how many blokes actually do watch it secretly.
That's rife.
And so you have had a lot of people going to hamishandy.com and asking to come to the party.
I jokingly said to you.
Then you also said you promised the special guest.
Sorry, and that's where I've been pranking you a lot, saying I'm getting a special guest, and then you fall for it.
You said there was going to be a soccer player. I said that's not
and
true.
I prank you.
And then
This is for real, though. I thought, how do we bloke this up? Who better to get than boxing champ Danny Green?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just got to be the blokiest.
Does he like The Bachelor?
Called him earlier today, and I floated the idea with him. Danny Green, thanks for joining me, mate.
No worries, buddy.
Now, listen, Danny. Look, you've got a big fight coming up on the 19th of August. You're fighting Tamas Kovacs, right? This is big. You're fighting him in Melbourne.
Yep.
You know what it's like to have a big event coming up. I've also got a big event coming up. I've got my Beers Boys Bachelor Burgers night, right?
That's big. That's big, mate.
Yep, we're a lot of blokes, just the real manly men. We're all getting together and we're going to watch the first episode of The Bachelor. Now, I know
it's very important, not just big, but very important.
It's a real important night. And look, I just thought you could possibly give sort of like a real manly feel to it. I know I've heard you speak before, and you do great stuff. You know, using boxing analogies. Do you reckon you could, if you were going to give a pep up speech to the boys on the night? Do you see any similarities between boxing and the battle for love that is The Bachelor?
Yeah, without doubt, mate. There's a lot of synergy there. Firstly, there's a lot of distractions going on. When I'm fighting, so there's a lot of distractions outside the ring. So you look around the crowd, and you view the crowd, and you can't help it but notice some things that catch your eye. It's only natural. If they're looking to try and find true love, keep their eye on the prize.
God, that's good.
Because the distraction, they could get knocked out. One of their mates could come in, block them, and could then distract them, and then take that prize.
Steal the girl.
Effectively take that prize off them. So, keep your eye on the prize and keep focused.
Does that ever happen in boxing where you get distracted and one of your mates jumps in the ring and knocks the other guy out and steals the fight?
It hasn't happened yet, but I reckon I'd like to see it.
This is amazing stuff. Now, that's actually a better analogy than I thought we could have got. Look, Danny, like I said, I know you're training and fighting and stuff, but I've been promising a surprise guest to, come and G up the guys. It'd be great if we could get you to pop in. I mean, the first episode's the best one. It's where all the girls get out of the limo and try and make a good first impression.
I saw it last night. Quickly, I saw an advert for it, and I was like, some of the girls, once they got out of the limo, if I had those rows, I'd be throwing at them. So, no, stay in the car. Don't worry. Don't crease your dress, love. Just get back in. I'll see you next week. I looked at some of them, so I wouldn't have to worry for the introduction. What the name was, like, bang, door opens, bang, you're in. See you later, next one.
Danny, I mean, this is exactly the kind of chat I hope we could all just be having in a casual environment at the boys' night. All right, Danny, so I'll pencil you in, yeah?
Yeah, buddy, I will drop past, say good day, mate. I'd love to join the frivolity.
Mate, fantastic. Like I said, I know you're training, so you probably can't have a beer, but we'll have a Powerade for you.
Oh, sounds good, mate. We'll have a Powerade and a laugh and a slap on the back.
Slap on the back. Buzz not going to be slapped by Danny Green, their boxing champion. He was champion of the world. He's returning to a fight.
He's got a comeback
So
fight
is he
coming?
coming?
Yeah, he's coming.
Okay, because it seemed a bit like you were like, I'll pencil you in because I thought you were getting nervous.
No. Well, I mean, he's a busy guy because he does have the fight coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's all for it.
Right, he's going to come along.
Mate, it's a boys' night.
Fantastic.
It's a boys' night.
That's great.
At least, like he said, he's only seen the ad, but he's going to get into it. I know there's a lot of guys that want to come now, and we've got a lot of guys that have registered at HamishAndy.com.
More guys want to come now.
Tell you what, I've just selected another one. Just going through the files. Hey, Cameron.
Hey, mate. How you doing?
Cam, do you want to come along to this bloody Boys and Burgers Bachelor beer night, you mongrel?
Oh, I'd absolutely love to.
Get amongst it and get around Cameron.
Cam! You're watching the first step of The Bachelor!
Woohoo!
Yeah, I mean, that's not the exciting bit because, we're just watching it straight off air, so it's not like it's a preview or anything. So there's going to be ads.
Anyone can watch it.
Hey, Cam. We're just wrapping up the show quickly, but are you a massive Bachelor fan?
I am, yeah. I felt it got pretty addicted last year. I was reading the news articles and things afterwards, and
Cam,
I didn't want to watch it publicly in the lounge room because so much housemates would notice too much.
so you were in a share house with other blokes?
Yeah,
and
well,
secretly watching The Bachelor.
Try and find a bloke. Well, you got to bring a +1.
Yeah.
Bring one of your mates that's also secretly into it. So this is going to be you, me, Ando, a couple of other blokes, Danny Green, just all having a goss about,
Pies.
Just
can't wait to have a good chat between the ad breaks.
Pies, beers.
No, we need the ad
Bachelor.
breaks. I'm going to ask Channel 10 to put more ads in so we can do the proper analysis. Thanks, Kev.
Cameron, thank you very much. We'll see you next Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll see you all, or you'll hear us anyway, at the Snowham.
And
we're heading up there. Our 10-year tradition of us going on a
This
ski
is
trip.
the 10th year that Andy and I have gone to Mount Buller together. We've worn the same hats for 10 years.
Did you find your hat?
I think I've found my snow hat.
I've got my hat.
Great, mate.
It's not going to provide much warmth. It's very weathered, but we'll catch you all tomorrow.
Have a great one. See you then.
Pants Off Friday. Hamish and Andy driving you home. Things getting a little bit more festive here. We're thanking Woolworths, the fresh food people, but also
very après.
This is when obviously people are knocking off from the ski fields now, and it's getting a little bit more excited here at Mount Buller.
The CBD up here is emptied out, and everybody's in here having a little bit of après. Pants are off. Worries are out the window, Ando.
Mm-hmm.
And look, the same atmosphere is going to be happening next Wednesday night because this is something I've been putting together on the show. Of course, The Bachelor premieres next Wednesday night, 7:30 on 10. Right,
Australia's next big love story.
And I have promised Blokes a front row seat because I've no shame in talking about my love for The Bachelor on the show and The Bachelorette, Australian and US versions, including the spin-offs Bachelor in Paradise and Bachelor Pad.
Yeah,
Now,
you showed great courage and bravery and
you.
trust to come out the other day and say, I'm a guy that loves The Bachelor, and I bet there's other guys out there that like me. I said, I bet there isn't.
have we not been blown away with the response?
Yeah, I certainly have. And most of them are doing it discreetly. Most of them haven't come out yet.
I'm getting guys contacting me back channels going, look, I don't want to be on the air, but you can't talk to me publicly, but I want to come to the party.
Yeah.
I want to be there. Now, Danny Green yesterday was on the show going,
champion boxer.
look, he's training for a fight, but he still wants to make it to the party.
Yep.
Just to have a beer and talk about The Bachelor a
So
little
it's
bit.
blokes only, beers, burgers, Bachelor.
And I said to my wife, because we watched The Bachelor together,
Yep.
I said, look, honey, I could get you into the party, but you'd have to wear a beard. Mm-hmm. And she said...
She called you an ass face,
No, she called me an ass clown.
Okay, sorry.
And she said, buzz off, you ass clown. I'm not wearing a beard, so I can come to your party. I'll just stay home and watch it myself.
Fair enough.
So it is still
I
boys
remain your
only.
+1.
You are my +1.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear a fake beard.
Thank you, because I can't grow one.
It is absolutely boys only. But I also wanted to give it like a sportsman's dinner feel.
Yeah.
You know those nights where you go and you hear like a legend of the game talk about the night. Now, there's not too many legends of the game, of The Bachelor. It'd be Blake or Tim from the first season. And they're only 2 seasons old now, so they're not real legends of the game. That's why I thought it'd be fun to get Danny Green there. There's a guy that's had a huge career.
Yep. We sit back and bloke it out, and then The Bachelor comes on.
Well, I was thinking more about who do we get that's a great talker.
Yep.
That has a sportsman's
so it's
dinner.
like a sports dinner? It really
it's
is.
kind of turning into a sportsman's dinner slash a Bachelor premiere.
Yeah.
Because we have to watch The Bachelor off air. Like, we don't have a special tape
No,
of it.
Channel 10 haven't sent that.
It's ads. We've got a lot of ads to zip through.
You guys can chat about it.
Well, that's what I thought.
Check on the pie.
Good to have guest speakers during the ads. You know who I managed to get? earlier today, I managed to call Steve Monaghetti, right, champion marathon runner, and float to him the idea, would he like to come along and give us his sportsman's dinner talk with a Bachelor twist? This is what he said. Steve Monaghetti, thank you so much, mate, for taking the time.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, mate. Now, look, you're one of Australia's most accomplished athletes. It's probably not uncommon for you to go to something like a sportsman's dinner.
No, very common. That's I regularly do, I suppose. My name gets me on the invite list, on the VIP list for things like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, do you do a lot of talking? Do you do a lot of speeches about, relaying stories from your marathon years?
Yeah, I try to, use some analogies, a few anecdotes, a bit of humour in there, and try and relate it to their situation sometimes.
Perfect.
Well, yeah.
This could be the perfect thing for my Burgers, Beers, Boys Bachelor night. I mean, do you watch The Bachelor?
Oh, under sufferance with my family. Is that a fair excuse? Is that a yes or a no?
Yeah, no, that's a yes. I mean, I wouldn't say I've ever watched it without my wife, but I've seen every season, both Australian and US.
Really? And you're actually admitting to it? Well, that's
loud
okay.
and proud, my friend.
What am I? I'm quiet and embarrassed.
Quiet and chagrined. I mean, if we could get you along to the boys' night, could you give your marathon story sort of a Bachelor twist? Do you see any parallels?
Oh, there's always parallels. Obviously, it's all the preparation and the training leading in. You study the opposition and the competition heavily leading into the event. And then, it's all competition. I mean, it's survival of the fittest. You got to be in there for the long run. It's a marathon performance. All of those stories would, I think, go to play okay. Yeah,
and if you're absolutely desperate, sometimes you just have to do a wee in your pants.
Apparently. You can even do number twos if you want.
It can happen.
You're not going to stop. When you're in a race, you do all you can.
It's the perfect analogy. It really is a perfect analogy. Well, mate, I mean, what's your situation like next Wednesday night?
I'm always free for a boys' night out.
Oh, great. So why don't I just pencil you in? Look, Danny Green's in. You're in. It really is shaping up to be one of the greatest boys' nights out of all time.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So now we've got Steve Monaghetti.
I like when he says about his own sport, it's a marathon performance. Normally you use that analogy for other sports. You're running a marathon.
Your analogy is your own sport.
Yeah. Steve Monaghetti, Danny Green. Yeah. It's really coming together. People can still register, I understand, hamishnanny.com.
Hamishnanny.com if you want to come along. No matter where you are in Australia, thanks to Channel 10, I've now got some cash I can fly people in. Yeah. Okay, so anyone can enter this.
Ham, The Bachelor begins in a couple of nights' time. It's a Wednesday night, 7:30, and continues Thursday on 10.
And where will you be, Ando?
I'll be with
holding
you.
my sweaty hand.
Why?
Because we're going to the Boys, Beers, Bachelor,
we don't have to hold
Burgers
hands,
party. It's too emotional. I dare you to not hold my hand. You'll have to. When the limos start turning up and those girls get out and they know they're fighting for the first impression rose.
Yeah, look, we've done a lot of crazy dares in this show, but I'm not willing to touch that one.
And as we've spoken about many times on the show, I've fully, I got no problems admitting I'm a big Bachelor fan. And watched every season with my wife.
Astounded how many blokes have come out, tradies that say that they secretly watch it, can't talk about it at work. The people that want to come to this.
Mate, we're being flooded by
boys
requests.
only, beers, Bachelor, burgers.
Because guys, you don't understand. In one group, it's very rare you would have more than one guy that's into it. So we just shut up. Go about our day with our big, big, dirty secret holding us back. But this is a night where we can just come out and revel in it, have some pints, and just cheer on the arrivals.
Yep.
We've had a lot of people register, Anna. They want to come to the party. Channel 10 have very kindly put some money behind it so we can get people from all over the country to fly in for Wednesday night, the premiere. We're watching it straight off TV, so there'll be ads. So you're not missing a moment.
No.
Here's the thing, though, with
you're
so
not
many
the ads.
You're not missing a moment of the ads. I will probably turn the volume down. The ads, not that I would
do that.
Don't ever do that though. If you listen to radio. Yeah. I don't want to accidentally give away a little trick that I'm sure people don't use. Here's the thing: we've been inundated. You must admit, we've been inundated with entries.
I'm actually intrigued now.
More so than any other. To be honest, a lot of things we've run. This is right up there with a stampede of entries. So, what do you do, Ando, in radio when that happens? You use the tried and true method of going, everyone listen who's registered, but listen out for a code word. That is what radio stations use. You get a code word. That's how you make sure people have been listening. But since this is such a popular contest, I thought maybe we have 10 code words.
Okay. Well, do they have to remember all of them?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're listening
it's
now and
a
you've
phrase.
registered, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a phrase that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It's 10 code words.
Sure. What are the code words?
Love.
Yep.
Bachelor.
You're writing them down. You were writing them
Yeah, so I remember them.
Okay.
Rose.
Yep.
Limo.
Yeah. Okay.
Mansion.
Mm-hmm. Flowers?
Flowers, yeah.
Tuxedo?
Champagne.
Okay. Is tuxedo one? Because I've said it now. So
Yeah,
people might
tuxedo.
Think, okay, sure.
Hang on, stop. Hang on, have I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Tuxedo. Ceremony.
Yep.
Marriage.
Right. So
Those are the 10 code words that
you-
will get you entry if we call you. If you've registered, stand by the phone.
well, you better be listening. And remember, the 10 easy to remember code words.
You don't pick up and only have 8. Remember all 10. If you've only got 8, you will not be coming. You'll be forced to watch another channel on the night.
But guess what? I reckon you might still be coming if you can't remember them, but we'll try after this. 13.
I'll take 8.
No.
I'll take 8, but I'll be disappointed. It's an amazing subculture we've discovered.
Yeah.
Boys, blokes, men, fellas that love The Bachelor that can't talk about it freely in their group because they're the only guy in their group that likes The Bachelor.
And they want to come together and enjoy this party far more than I thought or perceived was ever possible. So many people have registered, hamishnetty.com.
Yeah.
And Haim, the want to come is so grand
massive.
that you've put out 10 code words. Also,
Normally in radio, you do one code word to make sure people are paying attention. But this is too big a deal now. The party's got out of hand, so it
also-
requires 10.
but also normally in radio, when you put out a code word across the day, the breakfast show might be talking about it, all the jocks across the day, they'll be talking about it as well. So everyone knows the code words. You've just said it once while you made them up just before this, and you're hoping to call someone now who's registered, and what, if they don't have all of them, they're not coming?
Yeah, well, I mean, I need 10. That's the lock, that unlock. You can't get 9 numbers on a safe and be like, oh, close enough, I'll open the safe.
Let's do this.
You've had your radio locked. You've been listening non-stop for over 4 minutes. You've memorized the 10 necessary code words to win. Now, you're about to find out if you want access to the Beers, Burgers, Boys and Bachelor Night.
Jack, make the call.
Oh, he's put the number. Well done, Jack. It's quite hard.
That was good timing, Jack. Very rare from you. You sounded professional.
Back and excited. Hello?
Hey, is that Hamish?
Yeah, it is Hamish and Eddie.
Oh, is that Sam?
Yeah, it is. How you guys going?
Oh, we're good, mate. This is the call
The
you've
one time I don't say ahoy when I answer the phone.
That's all
Feel
right,
free to
Sam.
throw one in. It is our preferred telephone greeting. I should warn you that whilst we love hearing you say ahoy, it will not count for anything if you cannot name the 10 code words
Have
required.
you been listening, Sam?
Of course, I have. Of
Oh,
course.
wow. Okay. That is a huge step.
Yeah, that's it. 'Cause it's, I mean, you could have probably guessed 1, but 10 would be tough. Sam, what are the 10 code words?
Okay, we've got love,
Bingo.
Bachelor,
Yep.
Rose,
Yep.
Limo,
Boom.
Mansion,
Yes.
Flowers,
Similar to Rose.
Champagne,
Yep.
Tuxedo,
Bang.
Ceremony,
Yep.
and Marriage.
You've got 10. You've got all 10.
It should have been bigger than that, Jack.
I'm doing 100 tomorrow.
Hey, Sam,
I just
you
love
coming?
I love the idea of someone just tuning in halfway through 100 to hear someone saying gazebo, pool, candles in the distance, out of focus, slow
Tears.
pans, tears, running into the night, tears on the back
Hey,
seat.
Sam, it's very rare that the presenters are more excited than the actual contestant when they win, because I was just didn't think anyone would
Do you
be
know
able
what
to
I'm
remember
excited about? Your name's Sam Woods.
Yeah, it is, mate. It is. It's going to be an interesting season.
Why is that?
Same
why is
name
that-
as The Bachelor.
Oh, his name's Sam
Yeah,
Woods?
well, I've got the S, but we're pretty close. I don't think we'll get much
He's
closer.
Sam Wood, is he?
Yeah, we're pretty close.
I suppose it's something.
Mate, it's huge. Sam, I'm counting you as one of my special guests.
Fantastic.
I need you to do, I'm going to set up a little autograph table for you on the night, okay?
Fantastic, mate.
And people can
Get a Sam
people
Woods
can get an
on.
autograph from Sam Woods if they're not if they don't care that it's not exactly the same name as The Bachelor, but it's pretty close. So,
Well
guys,
done,
for everyone
Sam.
else that's listening that's won their way in,
Generally as valuable as the
bring your autograph stuff.
Hamish and Andy. Haim, The Bachelor starts tomorrow on Channel 10. Also, turn on 10 because it continues Thursday night as well.
On the same channel.
On the same channel.
Classic programming decision.
Yep.
The old no network switch between...
no fuss. They're keeping it real.
Just easier.
Yeah.
And we'll be there watching it straight off the TV. Exclusive.
No.
Yeah,
Can't
it
say
is.
that.
Yeah, it is.
No, I can't say that.
I can't say that because no one else is... you can only get into the party if you win your way in.
Oh, the party's exclusive, but we're not seeing anything exclusive.
Oh, no, God, no. The signal's free to air.
We're watching it on TV. I thought you like
aliens could watch it if they have the correct technology. So, yeah, no, completely open broadcast.
Yep. Exclusively on Channel 10 for anyone who has the frequency.
Your TV is jammed on another channel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you won't be able to watch the exclusive show that we're watching. And beers, boys, burgers, Bachelor.
Yep.
That's the night that we're doing tomorrow night. Not ashamed to admit, I'm a fan of The Bachelor. Watched every damn season. There's only been 2 of the Australian Bachelor, but the US Bachelor, US Bachelorette.
Yep.
The finale is actually happening as we speak right now. Caitlin's choosing between, spoiler alert, Nick and Sean. She haven't seen up to the finale. I can't wait to find out who she's gone with.
Normally, when
Sean's
you say spoiler,
boring, but Nick is he's a little sneaky. I don't think he's husband material. Anyway,
normally when you say spoiler alert, you give the chance for people to turn
spoiler alert, Nick and Sean.
to kind of tune out. But that's all right.
No, that's okay.
There's more, and I couldn't believe how many people, particularly blokes,
it's a big thing.
Secretly, as their own, feels like a dirty secret for them, are secretly into The Bachelor.
And I don't have any statistics to prove this, but scientists estimate it's only 1 per group. So there's a big need in our society of the one man in the group who likes The Bachelor, doesn't have any male friends to talk to about it, and they bottle those feelings up inside. And we don't want that to be the case, Annie. That's why we've got this party. Someone that's got their way in to the beers, boys, blokes, Bachelor, burgers, beers, have 2 beers, party. Michael, how are you?
G'day, Hamish. How are you?
Very good, mate. Hey, you pumped for tomorrow night?
Very pumped for tomorrow night.
Where are you coming?
Very interesting.
Michael, where are you coming from for this?
We're coming from Hobart.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. Michael, do you fly the Westpac rescue chopper or you just work on it?
No, I do the rescues out of the back of it.
Unbelievable.
Flying to the important people up
Unbelievable. So don't have an accident in Hobart tomorrow because Mike's on holiday. Mike's coming to the mainland to watch The Bachelor.
Michael, do you find that you can talk about The Bachelor with your mates in a high-risk rescue situation?
I find that I can't.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just sick of hiding my passion for it.
And that's what tomorrow night's all about, mate. You just come and you talk about, first impression roses.
Yep.
Who's making the right moves? Because there's going to be some girls that go too hard too early, don't you, Mike?
I think there could be.
And that's the fun of tomorrow night's episode.
Michael, you don't have to give me the exact age, but what bracket of age are you, Mike?
Between 40 and 50.
Perfect. Exactly where The Bachelor's aimed at. Yeah, exactly. Mike, I can't wait to meet you, mate.
40. It's going
to be fun.
Thanks, Michael. We'll see you tomorrow. There's not too many Ryobi ads in the middle of The Bachelor.
If you're trying to build a couch to watch The Bachelor, you need an angle grinder.
We've also got Jack. I understand he's coming along.
Hey, Jack, you're also coming tomorrow night. How are you feeling, mate?
Good, guys. How we going?
Yeah, good. Are you getting pumped? Have you gone online and looked at the girls, or do you want to wait until we see them get out of the limos tomorrow night?
Nah, mate. Leaving it for a surprise.
Yeah.
keep myself interested.
Yeah, that's the thing. And we know the thing we're looking forward to tomorrow night about is, when the girls get out of the limos, they're all being encouraged by the producers to have some sort of trick, as you put it, Andy, a busking trick. And I think going off last season, do you remember Anita from last season, Jack?
I didn't watch the Australian one from last season. I was living overseas, but there's been a few doozies on the American version that I love.
Oh, haven't there? Well, Anita sung a song and she sort of lost her nerve halfway through. Look, hopefully we see something to top Anita. Jack, can I play? I hope you don't mind this, but I did get at the show voicemail here. We did get a message from you today. Do you mind if I play your voicemail?
Not at all, mate. Not at all.
Because I think Andy's going to get a giggle out of this. This is Jack's voicemail from today.
Hi, this is Jack calling. I'm coming to the Hamish Bachelor party tomorrow, and I just haven't received anything about what we're supposed to wear or anything like that. I'm just wondering what we have to wear. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jack. Backless gown, Jack.
Mate, now that I listen to it, it sounds a bit ridiculous. I thought it was a fair question at the time.
It's not fair,
Your
mate.
choice, black tie or backless gown. I mean, it is the first night of The Bachelor.
So, Jack, just normal clothes, mate. It's a beers, burgers, blokes only Bachelor night. You're
All right,
going to be fine. But thank you, mate. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Hamish,
Everyone's so nervous.
oh, mate.
It's the biggest night of the year.
It's Hamish Daddy driving you home. Haim, tonight, you and I are heading to the pub.
Yep.
For
Beers, burgers, boys, Bachelor.
yes.
Booyah.
The Bachelor.
Blokes. Balls. Meatballs.
Meatballs.
I think they're on the menu.
The Bachelor is on telly
Brollies.
tonight. On if it's raining,
Bring a brolly, might rain.
7:30, and continues tomorrow night on 10.
Sorry,
10.
and I say that we're going straight from here to the pub, but you'll duck home first, I assume.
Yeah.
Good, because you're wearing Ugg boots. So
Yeah.
I mean, make an effort. I know you haven't watched the show before, and this wasn't your idea, but an effort. It would be nice if my effort scale, if the needle just even twitched
Out of slippers.
as I scanned your body. It'd be nice to just get some reading of effort off you.
Sure, I will.
You're my +1. You make me look bad. Danny Green's coming.
You know what you've done is you've really shone a light on an area of society that I didn't realise existed. These are
That's what I'm here for.
fairly blokey blokes that have just been so into The Bachelor and not been able to find their place to watch it or talk about it.
Yeah.
And they've come out of the woodwork so much so that I started questioning myself. Am I in the minority?
Well, no, I mean, you probably are, because it's tough to say. I mean, in every group, there's a guy that loves The Bachelor, sometimes 2 or 3, and they wouldn't even know to ask each other. It's like being a stonecutter.
That's why I
Except
thought,
you would know if the other person's a stonecutter because you see him at the meetings.
okay, the way I thought I'd test this, just to make sure that, maybe one of my mates is doing this and we haven't reached out.
You might be the only one left out.
I called my mate Pez, Ross, today, and I said to him, I
didn't know you were going to do pets.
I asked Pezza, or Ross is his first name, I just wanted to drop it into conversation to see whether he's actually into The Bachelor. Roscoe.
How you going, mate?
Just ringing to say g'day, and hopefully you're in for Friday.
Yeah, no, I help the wife just with the kids first, and I'll be around there sort of, as the footy starts, which will be good, won't it?
Yeah, fantastic. And then I'll just, I suppose I'll just text you tonight during The Bachelor. You watching The Bachelor tonight?
Am I meant to be? Oh, I will if I'm meant to be.
Oh, I just thought do you like that one? Are you into that show?
The Bachelor?
Yeah.
It's a weird question from you to ask me. I don't even sort of watch free-to-air television.
It's really true.
What, is someone on it? Is someone on it that I know, or?
No. I just thought you might I don't know. Just a lot of people around here are saying that they're all watching it. A lot of blokes have been going there into The Bachelor, and I didn't know about it. But so I was just checking whether.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I'll be boxing with Phil tonight. That's what I do. And watching some cricket. The cricket starts. Why would I be watching? Oh.
Okay. No,
weird.
fair Paul. All right. No worries, mate.
Good man. See ya. Bye.
So a little bit of reality came back to me.
He almost said, and I for keen-eared listeners, he almost, when he said, "What is someone we know on it?" He did almost say, "What are you?"
Yeah,
because just similar to me, I mean, you look at you and you immediately go, "That guy should be on The Bachelor."
No,
He's
he
selfishly
didn't.
gone and got a
He didn't
girlfriend
say that.
outside of the constructs of a television show.
He didn't think
Let
that.
all his friends down. Well, Ando, I knew you were going to run this little test, so I didn't know it was Pez. No chance. So maybe your sense of normal's been restored there. But I did call one of the guys, Mark, that's coming tonight. He's a friend. I mean, you don't know Mark. Dan and Mark are a couple that Zoe and I are friendly with.
All right.
But he contacted me separately saying, "Hey, look, can I?"
This has been funny. People have been going to the
Oh,
woodwork
yeah.
contacting
Lots-
you.
so many
and I
guys.
got a couple of texts going, hey, can I come to this party? Like,
Hamish's Bachelor night.
It's not a party.
Hey, beers, blokes, boys, brollies, if
Burgers.
it rains. I thought I'd give Mark a call
Yeah.
just to counter this, to show you, for those of us that are going, and all the blokes that secretly love The Bachelor, just what tonight means to us.
Hello, Mark speaking.
Mark, it's Hamish. How are you, mate?
Good, how are you?
You're really good. Are you pumped about tonight?
I'm looking forward to it, mate.
Can't believe the day's finally come.
You might have started a worldwide phenomenon.
It's crazy, mate. You won't believe the amount of guys we've got coming along tonight that are just so excited to talk about The Bachelor.
They all appreciate it too.
Now, a lot of them have exhibited knowledge of American seasons as well, which I'm I'm grateful for.
Yeah, that's right. That's where it all started, isn't it?
15 minutes later, the excitement was palpable.
Bachelor.
30 minutes of chanting later, they were finally done.
All right, thanks, buddy. Looking forward to it.
Sweet, mate. Can't wait.
See you, mate.
Bye-bye. That can happen.
That can happen.
Yeah, that can
25
happen
minutes.
when you talk to a bloke that's into the Bachelor. Sometimes just a chant can break out. And there'll be a lot of them tonight, Ando.
We'll see.
So get ready.
We'll have the results. I mean, can you say results?
We'll definitely have the group's opinion on the girls and where everyone's at. I mean, Danny Green, champion boxer, he's coming along to fire us up. So
Hamish and Andy. Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy to drive you home. And, hey, quite a large show. Not only do we have the band Years and Years performing live later on.
I think they're going to round out the show for us, aren't
Absolutely. Khloe Kardashian, we caught up with
Cash.
her today. She talked about her bottom. We
Yes.
brought it up, though. I mean, she didn't just march straight in and say, check this out.
We brought it up, and I think, I mean, she knows it's out there. She posed for a front cover. I'd be surprised if she didn't know there was a camera in the room.
That's around about 40 minutes away, but last night...
What a night.
Yeah, well, I mean, it actually was pretty fun.
Admit.
I'm admitting it.
You're a Bachelor convert.
Well, no, that's too far.
Well, in the words of, there was one, Andy, we had our beers, boys, burgers, blokes, brollies, and Bachelor night last night. Didn't need the umbrellas.
No, in rain.
Kept those outside, but we did have two green guys there, and Danny Green, he's also a green guy, but yourself and another guy called Jeff.
It was over 60.
60, he was Michael's +1.
Yep.
Everyone else there loved The Bachelor, and at the end of the night, Jeff said, you know what, mate? I never thought I'd say this, but I'm a convert. I've converted to The Bachelor. And I said, oh, great. And he goes, I wouldn't watch it again, but I'm a convert. Sort of a low-level convert.
I think I was there for that. He goes, I wouldn't watch it again, but I might. It's like keeping us on our toes. The Bachelor was on last night. It returns tonight, 7:30 on 10. But, hey, you ran, and I went along to your Blokes Only Beers, Burgers, Bachelor. Brollies didn't need them, but night.
Balls. Meatballs. Were there beasts?
Who?
Chickens, pork, ribs, animals, different animals we ate.
Yep.
Yeah, rightly so, giving us the wind along. Don't need the menu. Bloody good night, though.
It was a good night.
And to fire everyone up, we knew that at 7:30 we had to watch The Batch, but we wanted to sort of make it a bit of a sportsman's night too, because part of the joy of getting a whole bunch of blokes together, I mean, we all were bound by a common secret, which is
there
we
was
love
some
The Bachelor.
really blokey blokes in there.
Yeah.
Just looking around at some point, everyone had a pint of beer.
Mate,
They're
throughout the night,
relaxed. There's a lot of flannel.
Our favourite thing to do was just watch everyone, like people going to the bar to get a refill, would run back like they were at a grand final and they didn't want to miss a second and they were annoyed they had to go not at quarter time to get a beer. So the attention was there. There was the intent as well to watch and enjoy The Bachelor was huge, but we knew we needed maybe a big name to fire everyone up.
Yep.
I chose Danny Green. Boxing hero, Danny Green, about to make his comeback fight after 2 years out of the ring. He's in the middle of training, but what better guy to get along to a night where everyone's really focused and about to watch these girls compete for the biggest prize of their life, true love.
So about 7:10, Ham, we'd done a fair bit of mingling, fair bit of chatting, and you got up to have to speak to the group, obviously, as the runner of the night, and this is how things kicked off.
Guys, no ladies and all gentlemen, welcome to the Boys Beers Bachelor's Burgers night. Yeah! You guys pumped up to watch The Bachelor? Yeah! Great. And also, you're in a totally safe spot, and I know we all have the same dirty secret here, so just really welcome to like a really lovely, safe environment. Give us a shout if you haven't watched at least a few other seasons of The Bachelor, American or Australian.
Yay!
Yes.
Whoa,
Just Jeff and I.
Jeff, have you watched any Bachelor?
No.
Yeah. Jeff, you're going to be hanging out with Andy a lot. That's okay.
Jeff, do you know the basic construct of the whole thing?
I believe so.
How would you sum it up in a line, Jeff?
Very lucky guy, gets to meet a lot of girls and picks one.
Yeah, is that it? whilst the rest of us just judge all the girls. We've got a huge episode ahead of us. Look, it's almost going to start. Now, to add a little bit of a blokey element to the night, some of you may have heard on the radio, would you please welcome to our boys' club, our secret night, the one and only Australian boxing legend, Danny the Green Machine. Yeah! Yes! Dan, welcome.
Hey boys, how are you?
Yeah, really good, mate. Thank you for coming along.
My pleasure.
Did you have any other Bachelor events tonight you had to cancel? Come to this?
No, just only one, but you know what? I let it slip. I'm in training camp, so I just thought I'll put the important one first.
And that's what training camp's about, making sacrifices and saying no to a lot of other Bachelor parties. Thanks, man.
Hey, Danny, you walked into a situation where there's a lot of pints, there's heaps of fried food, there's burgers, etc. Obviously...
A lot of testosterone.
Yeah. At the moment...
That's what I'm used to.
At the moment for you, though, preparing for this fight, is this like the worst place for you to be?
Yeah.
We can't have too
it's
many
the worst
bites.
place. It's a real tease.
Yeah, it's
you know, it's like I can smell it, I can see it, I can see the effects it's starting to have, I can see the love and the red cheeks, and I can see all that going on. I'm like, man, I want a part of that. And what's even worse is my trainer's over there, and he's not going to have a bar of it.
Good, I like that you bought your own bodyguard to make sure you didn't take it off.
Now listen, you're in training camp at the moment. You're completely focused on one objective. The girls tonight, when they get out of the limos, they're going to be completely focused on one objective. Does it take over your life? I mean...
It does. I mean, I'm competing against a man, not competing for a man, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, fair enough. There's going to be some hugging in your bout, no doubt.
They'll be hugging.
Not pleasant hugging.
They'll be touching like we'll touch gloves before we start off, and we'll glove up before the fight, similar to what will happen after this is all finished. So, there's a lot of similarities.
Yes. Danny, I mean, please stick around, admire all of the food that you cannot eat, and Nate, good luck on the 19th. Thanks for being here.
Round of applause, guys. Have a good night, boys.
It was perfect, wasn't it?
Well, the shock still, even listening back to that, the shock remains for me when I'm looking around and all these guys doing very blokey, like a pie night at a country football club thing.
How many times do I have to tell
But
you?
we're all sitting down to watch The Bachelor, which I thought, and I assumed, and again, generalising
false
is one of the show hates.
Number one hate.
I thought was more reserved for females.
And you just found out last night that it's not, Ando.
No.
That blokes Australia-wide just love getting together. Yes, it's a bit of a dirty secret, but it's becoming more and more acceptable in society to get together, watch The Bachelor. I think having a boxing legend, the caliber of Danny Green before the show shows that Channel 10 probably should put on at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just boxing highlights to get everyone fired up and then go straight into The Bachelor at 7:30. Look, last night, I'm proud to have sat through your first ever Bachelor. The thing, being able to say the sentence to you today, to go, what girl do you fancy on The Bachelor? And you can actually have an opinion.
I've got an opinion on that.
What would you say?
Probably... Emily, maybe?
Emily's wife material, that's a common consensus. She didn't feature heavily in episode 1. That's usually the way the edit goes. You won't start seeing her feature heavily till about episode 4 or 5, and then she'll firm as a favourite. But I love the fact that we can have this conversation, Anna.
Because
last night,
I'm going, what the hell are you talking
about?
last
night, and if you'd said Heather, I would have gone very rookie, because that's what the producers want you to think, but I think she's probably run a little hard too early in the marathon. However, Ando, last night as we had our beers, burgers, boys, bachelors party last night, the testosterone in the room was huge. We almost just spontaneously, anyone that didn't have a beard grew one because it was just we were fired up. And we sat down, we watched the show, we watched it off air.
And I couldn't believe how quiet everyone was again.
It was like watching it was actually quieter than watching a grand final.
Except for when something happened, like a girl was a bit annoying or something, and then a few people would pipe up. But there was a bad decision on any kind of footy game.
A lot of murmuring amongst the guys. We were, in amongst it, and I don't want to single out people because everyone did a really good job, but part of watching The Bachelor is the snide comments you make to whoever's watching it next to you, and the guys we were watching with last night were outstanding.
At snide comments.
Really good. But also good, sharp comments. But, particularly the blokes we were near.
Well, the things that they were yelling, obviously that girl who kept talking about a British vet who kept talking about anal glands at the very first moment she met the Bachelor.
And immediately everyone around us going, she's not getting a first impression, Rose. Yeah. She's completely blown this apart.
Again, things I didn't know what that meant.
She's just not going to get Sam's attention. She's wasted her one-on-one time with the Bachelor because she keeps saying anal glands, which is a very jarring sentence.
And I think it was fair to say that Sandra was the biggest weirdo.
Yeah, some of it's the edit, some of it might just be who Sandra is, but she certainly wasn't doing herself any favours.
Haim, I was surprised. You stopped halfway through after all these girls have gone through and he's doing a bit of pondering about choosing which one.
Sorry for people that watch the show. After the arrivals and during the cocktail party.
Okay, yeah, that bit.
So once the arrivals
you stopped it and you formed a kind of a footy huddle.
Yeah.
where everyone still had their beers to talk about.
Yeah, bring it in.
Bring it in.
Bring it in, boys.
And talk about what they'd seen so far.
This was so much
I
fun.
was flabbergasted.
Look, here we are. We've seen the arrivals of the girls. I want to give everyone a chance to talk. That's what tonight's about. You're with friends. You're with people that understand your love for The Bachelor. First of all, how do we feel about the season? Like, are we happy?
Yeah. It's going to be a ripper. Solid.
It's good. Yeah, really good. Like, who do we like? Who do we like first up?
Sarah.
Sarah's making a good impression?
Mate, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
What do you like about Sarah?
She's got the laid-back, casual attitude that's going to get her towards the end, and then I think her looks are going to carry her through till the end.
Yeah. What, do you want, like, Emily in the...
Yes.
Emily? Yeah,
Yes.
towards the end, Jeffy?
Yeah, very happy with Emily.
Terrific. Look, are we all in agreement that Zilda's probably the crazy one?
Sandra's definitely. Yeah.
Sandra's too over the top.
Yeah, very. She's the Lorena of
She's the I did think she was a bit of the Lorena.
Hey, Sam, just for new people, can you not use back references?
Well, I suppose, guys, tonight we've got a new guy in the group. Andy, any questions, any feelings that you've got?
Well, I was asking you a lot of questions as we went through.
To answer your question, he sleeps at the same house, but he's got his own quarters. And to my knowledge, Osher hasn't hooked up with any of them. Mike, you were getting into it. You applauded at one stage. Highlight, low light.
Highlight was the anal gland.
And
also the low light.
It's rare on a Venn diagram. You just draw one circle. There you go. I mean, all these guys were really into it.
The thing is, we could have talked for ages.
Yeah.
I mean, but we had to get back to watching the show. We could only do the huddle, like, in the space it would take for an ad break and for everyone to quickly get beers and go to the toilet.
And I felt a little out of place, so drawing apart what I knew from what huddles are normally used for, at halftime in the footy, I guess just launched in to try to fire everyone up for the second half.
We had to.
Guys, we're heading into the second half. Let's watch it.
If you see a guy that needs an onion ring or a burger and he's too engrossed in what the new Lorena's doing, help him out. Get him an onion ring or a burger. And let's just get out there and enjoy it. Let's see who gets that white rose. Should have mentioned to you the white rose. Obviously, at that stage, we didn't know who would get the white rose. The rose that now wielded a superpower.
There was one more huddle at the end of the show with more of these guys locally talking about favourite bits of The Bachelor. We'll save that because we've still got Khloe Kardashian to get to this.
We do have to make way.
Last night, we should point out, The Bachelor was on Channel 10, and you found a small group of people, which turned out to be a lot larger than I'd thought.
Huge community.
Blokes that love The Bachelor.
Yeah, we do.
We all went to a pub, had some pints and burgers, and to watch The Bachelor. I was a little perplexed because I'd never seen an episode. I couldn't believe these guys were in it. And
we take it seriously.
I took a little bit of a time out to paint the picture for everyone.
This is quite incredible to see exactly how many guys are into this. Just looking around the room, I mean, there's a couple of mates that are nearing their 50s, I would say. They've probably been mates for 20-odd years, and they're sitting down enthralled by the TV. At one point when, I don't know, Emily or whoever came out, they looked at each other and nodded, that kind of nod of, yes, she's going to get through. And then when she made a good impression, one of them clapped, like applauded the screen. It's quite incredible. I heard one guy, again, very manly guy, I think he's a builder, turn to his friend and go, I already like this one better than Blake, who I assume is last year's Bachelor. I also heard someone whisper when they said the white rose gives you the power to call a date. One guy turned to another guy, again, like full beard, long hair, and said, that's too powerful. They are really into it. It's just not just a joke.
Straight after this song. It is too powerful.
One of the girls shouldn't have that much power, not that early on.
Hey, as we said, Bachelor party last night. For people who don't know this show, there is one Bachelor, 20 bachelorettes come into a mansion, and he slowly whittles it down to one that he loves.
We did smell a rat last night, though, because we did think it was meant to be 20, but only 19 got out of the limo. So we doth suspect casting issues. A late pull-out by one of the bachelorettes, perhaps finding love with the limo driver on the way there. And he kept driving.
You coordinated the night, and at certain points we had one at halftime and one at the end where everyone would get together in a kind of footy-like huddle.
Truth huddle.
And discuss what they thought about the episode.
The whole point of this night was usually there's only one guy per group that likes The Bachelor, so we have no one to talk to apart from our wives or girlfriends or like other girls that we know. So to have a bunch of guys that could finally come together and talk openly and honestly in a blokey way about The Bachelor was really a dream come true for everybody in the whole huddle. All right, boys.
Bring it in.
Great
Bring it in.
Look, great premiere. I think we'd all... What everyone think? Good?
Yeah. Great amount of hot dogs consumed.
Yeah, really good work on the beers and food, guys.
Good.
Well, obviously, we've just seen the Zilda voted out and the other one.
No one.
We're really... I mean, you're not expected to know names on the first episode. Yeah. Look, straight off the bat, is Heather, the White Rose winner, going to be there at the end? Really?
Jeff.
Top four, mate. Top four.
Hey, Jeff, who do you think?
Emily.
Emily.
With Emily.
She's wife material.
Still with Emily.
Yep, good.
Parmigiana.
Parmigiana. Says Nada. She does have the kid.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's a positive.
It's a bonus.
Positive.
Dragging kids already.
Yeah, yep. But I mean, it's a 9-year-old, so you've missed a lot of the cute stuff. Still, how are we feeling about? Any other girls? Anyone else jump to mind?
Nina guys are all.
I wanted to ask Sam. I heard when it went to an ad break and you thought it was the end of the show, yell out, "Oh no!"
Sam, you seemed pretty devastated. Bit was before the rose ceremony.
Were you happy? Were you happy that it did continue, and you're happy with how it finished?
Matt, I just didn't want a cliffhanger like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, that's fair enough.
Matt, we've been waiting months and months.
I just think Sandra's carrying on a bit, though. You know, like
yeah.
I mean, look,
controversy.
was she kept in by Sam the Bachelor, or was she kept in by the producers? It's hard to say.
Producers, definitely producers.
Look, she's a good amount of firecracker, and it'd be great to have her as part of the show, but she's certainly not going to be in the top 5.
Yep.
She's not going to be in hometown visits. I'll tell you that. Bit of an in-joke. Anyone else we've missed? Anyone else we're glossing over?
Rochelle.
Rochelle? Yeah.
Rochelle's week 2 fodder, if
Very
ever I've seen
insane.
it.
Week 2?
Week 2 fighter. Dave, you struck me as a bit of a scholar of the game.
And it's not just because you're wearing thick glasses.
Who do you rank as probable top 4s?
If I'm being brutally honest, poor showing thus far.
Yeah, right. You didn't like it.
Let him talk. Everyone's got a right to talk. Now go on, Dave.
They'd want to show something pretty quick to match up to, your Sam Frosts and Lisa Hydes of last season.
Let him talk.
But can I just, having not watched anything, have you got a clouded view, David, because you're thinking of the Sam Frost you learned to know, not the first night Sam Frost?
Good point, Ando. Let Dave talk.
Has he seen Lisa?
Yeah, I think Andy's actually seen a bit more Bachelor than he's letting on with that comment.
Let Andy talk.
Australia are 3 for 34. Reverted back to some cricket chat again.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry.
How dare you watch the cricket during The Bachelor?
It's Hamish and Andy.